Well, hi friends, how are you? Uh-oh, there we go. I feel like I moved something and something moved. Hey y'all, it's Andrika J. Austin, your Master Life Coach Trainer, founder of, what's on my shirt? The International Center for Life Coach Training. Specifically for Black women of faith who are looking to become a certified life coach online in one day from the comfort of your home. Using my 7.5 years of being a certified life coach, a master life coach, and now a master life coach trainer with a degree in training and development, a degree in process as a life coach. Did you know you can get a life coach degree? Girl, yeah, I'm going to tell y'all all about that journey coming up sooner than later. If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have been doing videos to tell you about this special event I got coming up. It's a masterclass for Black life coaches. Those of you who are aspiring to get certified as a life coach, if you are a woman, you are Black, join us, girl. It's over at blacklifecoachclass.com. You're more than welcome to see what I have in store for you as to how you can take your next steps to becoming a certified life coach online in one day with me. So I've been doing this. I need to get like my exact date. Like I want to be able to say like 10,132 days. So let's just play with that number today. I have been studying the life coaching industry since its foundation. I got certified in April of 2013. It was April 27, 2013. On my dad's birthday. He is no longer with us, but I will always remember that date because of that date. And because I sat for 16 hours, oh my gosh, in this training, getting certified and developed this passion for what I do. And so before I became a certified life coach, I had dealt with things like the death of my mom happening on the same day that my divorce became final. The downsizing of my corporate career, dealing with homelessness, dropping out of college. But now I use that story, girl, and I share it with those of you around the world. I literally share this story in the training about how you can take your story and use it as your platform. My story has connected with thousands of wonderful souls around the world, online and offline, in my books, in my coaching products, in my coaching program, about how you can use your experience to be the person who stands in the gap for someone else. We talked about what a life coach really is on our last video. Did you watch that one? Because I gave you some nuggets. And I filled in those blanks for how you as a certified life coach are literally the cheerleader. Like, yeah, you can do it. Keep going. I believe in you. I'm with you. Hang in there. What else you want to do? I support your vision. I support your dream. I support your goals. You got this. That's what we do as coaches. And so because of what we've gone through in our lives, we can be that cheerleader for someone else who may be where we once were. So my journey started in 2013 when I got certified. A friend of mine told me about a local class that I could go take. It was 2 days. She paid my way to go. I paid her back. I got to throw that in there because I pay my debts. And she actually covered the price of my hotel stay and everything. So, and she wouldn't let me pay her back for that. So that was her investment in me because I had invested so much into her and her dream and vision and being her cheerleader. So I was poured back into, and I was so thankful for the opportunity to come and sit and learn under the tutelage of a $1 million mentor who had started his own life coach certification training company, someone who had trained with the founder of life coaching, Thomas J. Leonard. And it was really exciting because I remember that I took a lot of notes, and we had this 88-page training manual, and he had books and CDs and DVDs that I ended up taking home with me. He gifted those to me because he believed in me and my future as a coach. And he actually told me in a portion of the training in front of everyone, he asked what I ranked myself as a new coach after I got all this information. And I said a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, he asked. I said a 10. I give myself a 10 as a new life coach. And he said, AJ, you're going to do great things. And people have told me that all my life. You have a bright future ahead of you. My 8th grade teacher, Miss Denton, she told me that same thing. She also wrote it in my yearbook, and she wrote me a check for my graduation present. And she was one of those that instilled that in me. But I've been told that since grade school. You know, it's up to you to break your generational curse. I was tested for the gifted class program challenge in my school because I was very smart. I still am. Very educated, proud to say. But that's thanks to my mom. She believed in education. So with my education in the life coaching industry, I was able to take the knowledge from the class and grow my own life coaching company where I would coach and speak and serve and train and teach people around my community, online and offline, and connected with a lot of great people. When you're here live, can you say hey? Y'all know I can't see you until you say so that you're here. Let me jump on here. Okay, I see Sonia liking the video. So are you here, girl? Say hey, let me know. I'll usually double check on my phone. There we go. I'm here. Cool. So, where was I? I forgot. So, 2013 is when my journey started. Yeah. Coaching, teaching, training in the community. People loved it. I discovered that I loved group coaching. So I started to offer group coaching and building my company. And in an effort to still network and stay connected with the original training company who certified me, I remember I reached out one day to one of the trainers who had come on board to start helping our coach teach his trainings. And we met up. We were accountability partners for a few weeks. We were both here in the Atlanta area, so we would meet once a week at the top of the week to just talk about business goals and what was going on and our vision and things like that since our trainings. And I remember one day she said, "You want to be one of our trainers?" And I was like, what do you mean? You know, like I didn't get it. I didn't know what was being presented. Hey, Celeste Townsend, one of our coaches. And so I thought she was talking about something completely different that I had in mind as part of my vision. She was talking about something completely different. She said, you know, basically I'm stepping down as the trainer and I want you to take my place. And I was like, what? So here I was just a few short years ago being trained and certified by this company and now being offered the opportunity to be one of their lead trainers. I just never imagined that for myself, but God did. He had that plan for me. And so I said, yes, of course, you know. And it was basically like, well, let me finish up school real quick because I had about a few more months before my graduation. But 1 week after I graduated from Mercer University in 2016 with my degree in training and development, go Mercer Bears, I was sitting in the classroom taking notes from one of her final trainings as to how to become a life coach certifier now. And so because of the growth of my business and me connecting and networking and just reaching out and talking to the right people, being in the right place at the right time, allowing the Lord to order my steps, this opportunity presented itself. And I'm so thankful I got the chance to say yes. So a few months later, I think it was September, maybe sooner. I need to go back and check. But here I was, standing in Spanx and heels. And I tell this full story. Carla always laughs at me. If you watch this, girl, it's for you. But haircut, makeup, eyebrows, earrings, lipstick, what else? Perm, lineup, new dress, new shoes, new jacket with the same life coach training manual that I had just been certified with a few years ago, still with my original notes in it. And that's what I used to teach. It grew and it morphed, and I looked up and I had counted that I certified over 110 life coaches with this partnership. So that partnership lasted for 4.5 years, you guys. It started in 2016. It just wrapped up at the end of 2019 when the company sort of downsized because of the climate change, as far as people were no longer signing up for the trainings for some reason. One of my coaches that I trained recently asked me, why do I think it slowed down? And I just do not know what happened. We just looked up and there was one registration, and God had already whispered to me about taking the training online. So we tried it for the month of December. We had that one registration online that first trainer actually sent my way. So I thought that was so funny and a great way to wrap up that partnership. So we had our final conversations. The trainer disappeared months before that, or should I say years before that. But it was just me and the owner of this certification training company. And I was the face, I was the voice, I was the talent, I was the trainer. I was that identity behind this training partnership, and now it was coming to an end. And then something happened. After that partnership wrapped up, January came around of this year, and I got a phone call from an application that I had put in to voluntarily teach classes at a local library who taught amazing classes that I had been to that had blessed my business. So it was my give back, and it was a way for me to stay connected to the library. I got to check out free books and go to other free classes. So I was like, to give back, I will come and teach some classes, and I will also tell my coaches that I've trained, they want to come speak for free and get some practice, they can come book with you guys. So they love that I had my own network of speakers that I could bring for future classes for the library for free. Yes, Coach AJ. So I sent them over a list of topics that I could teach on. And the first topic they selected on my roster was how to be a life coach. And I said, okay, well, my former partnership was over. I had submitted my application months before the library called. Here I was with no life coaching training company behind me. What was I gonna do? I said, well, let me see, because there's a reason this happened, right, Celestine? And so I remember saying, okay, God, I'm going to use this as my focus group. I'm going to teach this class on how to become a life coach to gauge interest and see if people are still interested in getting certified, and then decide what my next steps will be. And so that's what I did. 40 people registered, 20 people showed up. I did a Facebook Live. I told them, you guys are my focus group. Y'all are my guinea pigs. I've been doing this for the last 4.5 years. The company that I was partnered with, which ironically was literally on the next street over from the library in the same neighborhood. And I said, God has such a great sense of humor, because here I was teaching this class, and that partnership was no longer. And I said, wow, okay, Lord, what are you saying? And so I filmed the Facebook Live. We ended the class. People told me, yes, if you taught this class and taught us what you knew based on your last 4.5 years of experience, we would sign up and we would pay you the full $600 for our registration. The same $600 that had previously been paid to someone else. And I only got 25% of that $600 if I was the person that registered. But I always trained everybody, regardless of if I registered them or not. So I was only getting 25% of the profits. And now was my opportunity to make 100% of the profits based on a completely new group of people, a completely new partnership with this library and with the people who were in class. So when they started telling me stories of how they drove across Atlanta to be with me in that training because they were interested, I said, okay, I need to figure out what comes next. So I brought the class online and I did another focus group. I'm like, let me make sure, you have to check your work. So I brought it online and I did a master class. Same information, same type of thing that I shared in this live training. And people raised their hand. 5 people exactly paid $600 to me. I got to keep 100% of those profits. It blew my mind because for 4.5 years, I had only been bringing in a base minimum of $400 a month. Those were months when we didn't have classes. Months we did have classes, I still only brought in 25% of whatever the company made that I helped to bring in or not. It was not a lot. I struggled with homelessness. I lived in my office for 9 months. So a lot of these Facebook Lives y'all have seen with this same background, I was literally sleeping on the floor in a couch that I purchased for my office. Still waking up, doing these Facebook Lives, teaching, smiling, and training. Was paying my dues, okay? So I had made myself the promise that I would allow my business to take care of me. That's my only goal and dream in life, is to take care of myself financially through my own company. And this was my opportunity, little did I know. So God just kept allowing things to unfold slowly, slowly, slowly. And I looked up, I had certified 5 people, I had made $3,000, and I used all new content. I had refused to use the information that I had been teaching the last 4.5 years because I didn't like the information I had been teaching the last 4.5 years. So I remember when I used to be in those trainings live and I would think, oh, if I taught it this way, then this, and this. So I came up with my own new way of teaching what I knew would be what I call now the coaching essentials. Only what you need to know, none of the fluff, Nothing was made up. Everything is based on my story, my experience, my 4.5 years of training and working with clients one-on-one, and being that aspiring new coach who has questions about becoming certified, the coach sitting in class, raising her hands among 14 other people asking questions, and now the person who had stood in front of 110 people certifying them as their master life coach trainer. But then something happened. January went well, February went well, March went well, and hello, Corona. Not just Corona, the quarantine, but what was really the icing on the cake and the shifting in my company was the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, Black Lives Matter had been out for a minute, but now it was a whole concoction of the uproar of us not being able to go outside, but some people just changed their mind and decided to go protest and riot. And I said, Lord, if never before, we need life coaches today. Because one thing that I did not know as an African American woman was that I was angry. And not just angry for the whole angry black woman. The angry black woman stereotype exists for a reason. We're angry for a reason, but mine was a combination of anger, hurt, and frustration. Had nothing to do with Corona, nothing to do with quarantine, but everything to do with being black. The fact that it took a movement of protests and riots and murders and civic unrest, civil unrest, for people to try to get other people to understand the value of our lives because of the color of our skin. But we're not the first generation that was dealing with that. All of our generations of African Americans, to our knowledge, have dealt with this. So I remember one day sitting in this very closet that I do these coach trainings from, and I cried my eyes out. Not one day, but like 3 days. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it now because I didn't know why I was crying. I didn't know where this anger was coming from. But then I thought about it. Back in 2013, in our training, one of the questions we were asked as new coaches is, what's one thing that you think is impossible today? And I knew where it was going because life coaching is so positive and you have to stay upbeat and speak life. And, whatever you put, I knew our coach was going to prove us wrong. So I was like, what is that one thing that I just think is impossible today? And I said, time travel. I was like, he ain't gonna never, So we didn't get around to talking about that in the training, but recently, fast forward some years, I remember I was doing a Facebook Live at the library. Some of you guys may remember this. And I was so passionate and tears started to come up in my eyes because in that moment, my question was answered. So I put that I thought time travel was impossible. But God whispered to me in the middle of a live video recording that every time I look in the mirror, I was traveling back in time, looking at my ancestors who paved the way for me to get here today. As a little black girl from across the tracks, low income, Medicaid, food stamps, government housing, to now being one of the most influential black women life coach certification trainers, owner of my own company, 10xing my income, setting the mold, breaking the mold, following my own lead, taking the lead, setting the example, impacting lives and generations online and offline. My ancestors went through a lot. So those 3 days that I found myself here on the floor crying, I was crying the tears of my ancestors. And the fact that in 2020, we still had to prove that Black Lives Matter. So in that moment, I said, you know what? It's no longer about proving that our lives matter to others. Let's show them by being educated, by showing the skills that we have, and by helping to heal our community. Those other little black girls that are crying and don't know why. They're angry and don't know why, because they don't look at themselves as their ancestors every time they look in the mirror. They haven't done that time travel experience with themselves to know that today we have been called to heal a nation. And we can do that without paying thousands of dollars by going to school and getting these degrees in psychology and counseling. Trust me, I've been on that course too. But it's something as simple as life coaching. A class that costs less than $1,000 to get the skills that we need to help heal our people. So in the moment of the Black Lives Matter movement and in partnership with Corona and quarantining, that was my time to buckle down and say, you know what? Now it's time to use the fact that I am a Black woman to my advantage. No more hiding. No more waiting on other people's permission. I'm going to play the race card. I am a Black woman, highly educated, have been serving and submitting under leadership all of my life. And now I'm educated in a specific area that can help bless the world in our own community of African American leaders. Because in our communities, we are mothers, we are sisters, we are granddaughters, we are aunts, we are aunties who are the favorites, we are nieces. We are the role of women. We are wives. And we take on all of these roles, whether they're official or on paper or not, but we love learning and we love giving back. There's a saying that when you educate a Black woman, you educate an entire community. And so I know that when I wrap up my lives, I always say when you impact one life, you impact generations. That's because that one life in a Black community, educating an African American woman, is a whole generation. And so that is why I show up. That's why also people have tried to do what I do. The same person that gave me the opportunity here ended up trying to sue me for being successful. The same person whose place that I took tried to take my idea. But you cannot take the fact that we are Black. We are educated. We are becoming certified, and we are changing the world one generation at a time. So I share that because recently on a podcast, someone asked me what made me passionate about being a coach. And the story that I just shared with you is so much deeper. And even for you, if you're aspiring to become a life coach, become a life coach, because there is a need, especially for Black women, to become certified. Don't just call yourself a coach. Don't just go around price shopping and budget shopping trying to get the cheapest training. No, ma'am. Invest in your education. Become credible. Become certified, because we need leaders like you who has a heart like me. My heart is all after God and what He wants us to do here in this earth, because this is a ministry. It's a mission, and it's bigger than just making money. I don't have competition in this area, because you cannot clone me. I am who I am, and you are who you are, and we need you as a certified Black woman entrepreneur. Yes, you're making money and you're getting paid, and you're also making a difference that's going to reach the world and long outlive your life. This is your legacy, the same legacy that our ancestors left us. That same time travel that we make every morning when we look in the mirror and see the generations that came before us and fought and picked cotton and were beaten and were never ever told that they matter. We're showing them how their life mattered, because we matter. And we're showing others that we serve as our coaching clients how they matter too. So everything from educating Black women in this industry of life coaching and really going deep into what life coaching is. Sharing my story and making sure that the trainings that I offer are of high quality. They're not anyone else's work, because no one else has lived this story, you guys. My story has been dreadful and it's been a lot of fun to see my growth. And so I call it the story of the struggle to success, because I just got here this year, okay? And so when I can look and see that the same training that I would have made $400 from, $1,000 from, is now a $30,000 profit in only the first few months that I raised my hand and said yes. I'm literally behind this camera looking at a stack of 20 certified life coaches that have trained with me online this year since Corona. So COVID didn't stop anything. It actually helped my business grow. It helped me to buckle down and to focus and to give me a higher drive. Black Lives Matter is what birthed and catapulted me to the forefront to say, I'll go, Jesus, send me. I am the Black woman life coach certification trainer that's happy to certify and train life coaches around the world if they're ready. I'm not for everybody, and I'm happy about that. I'm a woman of faith, and everybody don't love Jesus. But my job is to let my light shine. Y'all know my little thing I do, for all of my trainings. And so I make sure that you guys are not just people who are calling yourselves coaches, but you're actually called to coach. Because like I said, it's a ministry, it's a mission, and it does take education. It takes knowledge and learning from someone who has been through the school of hard knocks. One of my favorite coaching clients, her name is Patty Wank. She is a white lady. She is probably one of my oldest clients. Don't tell her I told you that. But she is one of my favorite people here in the West Georgia area. And she said learning from AJ is learning from the best. And that speaks volumes for her generation and our community. And so I say that because I realize that life coaching is a calling, and you have to be called to coach. You can't just be making up stuff. You can't just be stealing other people's stuff or copying and pasting. But our goal as a coach is to help other people reach their goals by taking action and getting results. And so that's why I share my story of how I've been able to do that successfully and how I'm helping women around the world do that, because there are unlimited opportunities, including unlimited income earning opportunities that we can have when I share what I know. I did the math from when I got certified, April 27, 2013. And at my last counting, it's been a couple months now, but I had been certified for 28,105 days the last time I did the math. That's how long I've been a certified life coach. And I believe in community and credentials. And so I bring all of that to the forefront. And that, my friends, is how I became a Black certified life coach. I'm hosting an event coming up. It's a masterclass. It's virtual, where we'll dive into the 3 tips that I have engulfed. My coach made me kind of narrow that story down to 3 bullet points. And it's the 3 things that I did to become a successful life coach this year, a successful Black woman life coach. And it's, I feel, the 3 most important success tips for any aspiring life coach. So if you want to know what those are, or if you want to come train with me, I invite you to visit blacklifecoachclass.com. I got it pinned in the comments. Oh, Celestine, your comments are just now scrolling and popping up. Okay, so let me go back and chat with you. I'm excited about this. Okay, so you said nothing like your own company. I know that's right. Time for that one. Celestine, and I thought about you the other day because somebody else has something. She says something about silent money, and I was like thinking about you and laughing, because we do believe in that whisper money. I have said all my life. I remember I had a 16-year-old mentee when I first really got into coaching, and she said, Miss AJ, what are you gonna do when you become a millionaire? And I said, I'm still a shop at the thrift stores, but I'm gonna own the thrift store. And she laughed, because my goal in life is to, yes, take care of myself by having my own company. And also for you to look at me and you wondering, like, I wonder how rich she is. That's what we call whisper money. You don't need to know how much is in my bank account. You don't know if I got it or if I don't, or how much I got, because I got it. But that's that silent money, that whisper money that people kind of like, I wonder. But you're not flashy. You're not trying to drive the latest thing just so people can think you made it. It's whispering, but you know it's there. You know I got it. So that's what Celestine and I have laughed about for almost years now, right, Celestine? That silent money, that whisper money, and I love it. So she says, sure enough, yes, strong, gifted, and Black. It's a ministry. It completely is. And it brings tears to my eyes, y'all, because I didn't know my love for teaching and training was so deep. I would feel it when I would do my live trainings, but to see the impact I've been able to have online. And I hired a coach right before we went into lockdown with quarantining, and he said, wow, AJ, he was just impressed with the work I've been able to do this year alone with a brand new company. And on my company logo, I put established in 2020. He said, maybe you should take the year off. I said, no, Eric, this is pride. I want them to see the growth that I've been able to do in the last 6 months, 9 months. A vision has been birthed that I didn't even know I was pregnant with, you know. So it's been a lot of fun, and I love showing up and sharing what I've learned and helping those of you who have been called to coach. And you knew you wanted to work for yourself and make a difference in other people's lives. You may have heard about becoming a life coach. We're all that generation builder, that friend people come to because we listen so well and we give good advice and we're easy to talk to. It's time to start getting paid, and there are people who will pay you. I just got off of a $5,000 coaching conversation before I went live here today. It comes easy when you know you're gifted in it and that you can help other people. And that confidence starts when you get certified, when you invest in your education. Whether you train with me or not, invest in your education so that you can be credible, that you can stand out, and people can see your heart for your vision too, because that's what people relate to. A lot of people tell me, AJ, it's just something about you. And I'm like, girl, it's the Holy Spirit. And now I say, girl, it's the ancestors, because I didn't get here by myself, and I appreciate this opportunity, and that's why I have vowed to show up for you and be here with you and share what I know with you. And now my clients have a slogan for me: AJ don't play. My friends have a slogan for me: AJ don't play. I've been called the purpose pusher because I realize with things that have been going on with COVID-19, and we've lost some coaches, we've lost loved ones, we've lost leaders in our community. It's time to step up. My favorite rap group here in Atlanta is called the Goody Mob, and in one of their songs they say, there's only so much time left in this crazy world. Never thought I would be quoting Goody Mob on a class, but I do. And it's true. We don't have a lot of time, and so that's why I take what I do so serious as the purpose pusher, queen purpose pusher, as I say. But yeah, I don't play. I don't take it serious. So if you're not serious about making money, moving ahead, making an impact, being a coach, standing out, being in the spotlight, it is hard. Y'all, I'm sleepy and I'm hungry, but I'm here with you because you needed me to show up today. Someone needed to hear this. And when it's about your purpose, nothing else matters. You do what you need to do. And that's what I'm setting the example by doing. Celestine says, thank you, Lord. I need to take a follow-up class. So check out blacklifecoachclass.com. Celeste, you would love it. Love it, love it. We're going to have so much fun. We have 5 ladies who registered recently. It's a $27 masterclass that comes with the latest book. I said I was going to try not to hit my computer, but hey, I made it to the end before I did, at least. This book. Did you ever get this book, Celestine, The Life Coach? These are edits. This book is officially revised. This is the second revision that I've done this year. But when you register at blacklifecoachclass.com, you get a free copy of the e-audio book that's already done. And I go into much more detail than I was able to do today. I've been doing a series of Facebook Lives that answer questions and talked about things like life coaching accreditation and if it exists. I have recorded some more trainings and classes for you guys recently. So yeah, check out blacklifecoachclass.com, and when you register, it instantly downloads the e-audio book where I go into detail. It's actually secretively the introduction to my new life coach certification training, and people listen and they love it. The last lady that registered for our training yesterday, she said, AJ, I just finished listening to the book. I'm ready. Where do I sign up? Tell me where to send the link. And I said that book is doing exactly what it needs to do. I sold about, I think it was 30 copies back in December. Brought in about an extra $600, but more importantly, brought in some new life coaches. So when you read this book, I'm going to help you make a decision of if you're ready to come get certified with me, if you feel like you're called to coach, and if I'm the trainer for you. Whether you know me and been following me or not, this book is going to make you fall in love one way or another. You're going to make a decision by the time you finish listening to that book. And I give it as a free bonus when you register for the upcoming masterclass over at blacklifecoachclass.com. And the book is $27 regular. No, the audiobook is $47, but I'm giving it to you as a free gift for the $27 masterclass. So I'm excited about that. So if you want to join us, we do have a seat available. I'm going to start wrapping up registration really soon because I introduced this to the world before I brought it online to Facebook. I did it a little different. So y'all are getting like the final seats and the final copies that I'll be sharing of this book. And I'm sharing it at blacklifecoachclass.com for a limited time, Celestine. So if you want to join us, we would love to have you. I know you've been learning and training with me for a while now. And so this is the update. So I have one of our coaches is inboxing me, checking on, and that's one thing I love too, because I get to stay in touch with my coaches. We have a coach in Louisiana, and I'm making sure she's okay. She was recently certified, but I don't lose touch with you after certification. You are family. You are an ancestor now, you know, so it's up to us. And then there are 2 other coaches sending me an email right now. So if you got questions about blacklifecoachclass.com, put them here. If you got questions about my story or anything I shared, put them here. I'll stay on and chat with you for a bit, but then I got to go use the bathroom, go find some food, and go take a nap. Okay? So I'm going to wrap up really soon. Okay. So I got an email to respond to. I was just making sure. Yes. Hi, Taffy Clay. How are you? Hold on one second. Let me see. Taffy says, is it Taffy? Am I pronouncing it right? What other training is needed aside from the $27 masterclass? So the $27 masterclass, let me tell you, girl. You got a minute because I can tell you. I wish I could, if I would have selected share screen, I could have showed you. I've been working on this presentation for 6 months. So it's based on this book, The Life Coach. This book is twice this size now, and it's now called The Life Coach Revisited. I got the edit sitting on my floor here. I've been reorganizing my office. But I took some of the principles from the book. That's why I share the book with you, so you can get a head start on the learning materials. This is the new cover. I'm proud of her, so I got to show that. So it's now The Life Coach Revisited. This is the introduction chapter, and then all the rest of them are here in paper clips on my floor, ready to be typed up in the next few days. And so in that class, I focus on 3 principles that come from what I teach in my one-day life coach certification training. And by then, you will know for sure if I'm the coach for you, if the training is for you. The book introduces it, the master class brings it on home, and then you decide if you're going to come train and get certified with us, because yes, that's a full 8-hour life coach certification training that I offer for people who want to get certified. The $27 master class over at blacklifecoachclass.com, that's coming up soon, and registration is closing for that soon. That's an introduction to my world. So if you're new here, welcome. This is me interacting with you live, so I can see your face and answer your questions and teach you a few things, because a lot of you say, where do I start? How do I get started? What's required? Do I qualify? What certification? What's life coaching? We're going to dive into that, and then after that, you decide if you're going to invest in the larger one-day training that I have online, where I've combined all of my last 7 years as a coach and 4.5 years as a life coach certification trainer, and teach you those coaching essentials. We do that online in one day through our life coach self-study system. It's a home study course. And I just watched one of the videos, which kind of gave me some extra motivation to get on here and share my story with you guys. But we've had 20 people go through that training this year successfully. They love it. They say, AJ, I feel like I was a fly on the wall there with you in these trainings, answering questions. And then at the end, you get to show me your skills of coaching based on what you learned in the e-audio book, in the master class, and in the training, by showing me how you coach using the skills that I share with you in the training. And I also give you the activities to do with your coaching clients to have successful life coaching sessions. So hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for that, for asking that, because that's what is offered in the class. Celestine says, we sure are. I love the way you love us. I love the way God loves me, and I have no choice but to answer that call on my life and to help you do the same. So that's why I'm here. So if y'all got more questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. I'll hang out for a few more seconds. But I would love to see both of y'all in the class over at blacklifecoachclass.com, and at least get your ear to the street. That's how some of the women that took the training introduction, remember those feedback sessions at the library and online? And I did a couple of those sessions this year before we did more trainings. And so now, 20 women later, 20 certified black life coaches, black women life coaches later, we have a roster that's building and building. My goal is to hit 50 coaches before the end of the year. Celestine, you think I could do it? I've certified 130 total throughout my career, but my goal is to beat my record. So getting 50 certified this year, I'm almost halfway there. Someone registered yesterday. We have a couple more people coming on board soon. This masterclass is really going to get us over that ledge. And what I love, well, I hung my shirts up finally. They used to be sitting on my office floor. I used to pick them up. But when you graduate, you get a shirt like mine. It is white. I get the black ones because I'm the leader. So let me show you my shirt. You get a shirt that looks like this. It says Certified Life Coach. Mine has the website on the bottom, but you get a number on the back based on where you are on the coaching roster. So our last coach, I think it was Coach 130, she got that number on her back as well. Yes, thank you, girl. She says, you got this, God got you. He does. And that's why I show up and I share what I know. Y'all got any other questions for me before I go? Use the bathroom, get something to eat, and take a nap. I'm really going to go back and Netflix and chill by myself. I was watching Dynasty. I've been watching that the last couple days. I love to see the interminglings of rich, wealthy families, because mine is on the rise. So I'm like, let's do this. I'm bringing y'all with me. Y'all ready? Y'all gonna join me in the masterclass? BlackLifeCoachClass.com. We got a couple seats open, and I would love to have you guys there. All right. So we have a coach in the Cayman Islands. A coach I talked to today. She's in the Bahamas, and I think that is just really cool how you could be international from the comfort of your home. So I love it. So, and we have coaches around the world as far as California and Vietnam, Australia, Malaysia. I'm trying to have one coach at least represented in every state and every country. And I looked it up, and we have over 100 countries in the world. So I'm trying to like rep your city, rep your country. So y'all gonna be one of the coaches that rep your state, because we have Georgia, California, Texas, Louisiana, the Carolinas. Our coaches are everywhere. I try to remember, but you know, it's not always easy. I got it written down because I want to see us show up around the four corners of the world, impacting lives as life coaches. So I invite you guys to visit BlackLifeCoachClass.com. Grab your $27 seat. I'll make sure that your e-audio book is instantly downloaded, because like I said, it's actually my introductory training that all coaches have to go through before they coach with me. That's why I say my training isn't for everyone. If you're not an independent thinker or independent studier, you probably won't do well in my trainings. But if you're like the black women who have been through my trainings, you're educated, you probably already got a bachelor's, maybe a master's. We have some doctoral candidates and doctors. We have a judge in our class now. I'm so excited to be like, yes, Your Honor is a certified black life coach. Yes, Your Honor. She won't let me call her Your Honor, but I'm just saying, we got a judge in there. And this is for women who has been researching and you want to know where to start. You've been following other gurus like myself, other experts like myself, other master coaches like myself, and you're like, I wonder. But you know, deep down in your heart, you know. I'm not here to convince you or sell you. I'm just here to offer the opportunity to come hang out with me and a group of elite ladies. We are doing big things and we're going places this year, and I'm bringing y'all with me if you're ready. If you're ready, you got to be ready to hang out with me, because if not, I cut you off and still speak, hey girl, all right, and keep moving. With that whisper money, right, Celestine? All right, y'all, so I'm about to wrap this up. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. This was a little bit longer than I planned, but I'm glad I got a chance to do it and to chat with you guys today. If you have questions, feel free to post them in the comments below, whether you're listening live or to the recording. These recordings end up on YouTube as well, so YouTubers, subscribers, you're welcome to comment below. Only positive though. If you're negative, I told you I ain't got a problem with cutting you off and blocking you. I got a blocking ministry as well, and that keeps us growing and moving and pruning, because we have a job to do, you guys. What did Imam say? There's only so much time left in this crazy world. We are now holding the responsibilities of the ancestors. Y'all ready? It's a big job, but somebody gotta do it. Might as well be you. Might as well get paid for it, okay? Let's make a difference. Remember, there's someone somewhere. They are waiting on you to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your light shine, you give others permission to do the same. When you impact one life, just one, you impact generations. A master life coach trainer, AJ Austin, black master life coach trainer, AJ Austin, black woman master life coach trainer, AJ Austin. Meet me over at blacklifecoachclass.com. Set your notifications, because I'll be doing more Facebook Lives on topics to help you grow as an aspiring future life coach, or if you're already a vet, come on in, my friend. I got some new stuff to teach you. It's some stuff on the horizon, and I want to make sure you're training. You know what that knowledge entails for you and your future as a certified life coach. Thank y'all again. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all again soon. God bless. Bye, friends.